In this series of videos, we're going to take a close analysis of Tai Otoshi, the body drop. You'll be seeing a variety of coaches offer different aspects of how to do Tai Otoshi, from very basic skills to more advanced and a variety of applications. So we hope you enjoy it.
Ready for it.
What we're going to work on, we're going to do what's called a double take. And a double take is doing 2 throws or maybe 3 throws in a row. The same throw, one right after the other, depending on how he reacts. And this is it's called Renzoku Waza in Japanese, meaning continuation technique. You're continuing the same thing. And that's what it means, Renzoku Waza, to continue the technique. So I'm going to be attacking, we'll start with Tai Otoshi, which is a good one to do it with. The really nice thing about doing double takes, you can do a pretty basic throw and really turn it into a really, really powerful technique. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to attack, say, with Tai Otoshi. Now, a common defense that guys use is a hop around, just to avoid your throw, okay? So when I come in my Tai Otoshi, Derek's just going to hop around to avoid it. So I come in Tai Otoshi, he hops around, okay? So that's a common thing, all right? I'll let you grab here because I'm taller. So I come in Tai Otoshi, he hops around. Now what I'm going to do, okay, this angle, he hops, then I keep spinning again, I do the second Tai Otoshi. So we do Tai Otoshi number 1, he hops, I do Tai Otoshi number 2. Okay, so watch, it's going to come in and you see how we hop around, there you go. That's it. It's really simplicity in motion, okay? That's what makes it work. It's a real basic elemental thing and you double up on it. You know, good enough for one, good enough for a second. But a lot of guys will hop around, and this is an excellent continuation to really sucker him into getting thrown. Okay, so let's look at that again. Tai Otoshi comes in, first time he hops around. There you go. Okay. Let's look at that Tai Otoshi one more time. Any way you want to do your Tai Otoshi, any grip you like. But the first thing is, now watch, when Derek comes in, he'll spin in Tai Otoshi. See that hop around? Now, look where Derek's foot is. He doesn't have to reposition that foot. He can step back even deeper and shoot across. He's got a lot lower center of gravity on the second Tai Otoshi. Basically, by Jake hopping around it, he just made Derek's throw stronger and harder. He gave Derek a chance to do more rotation and torque. And when you get more torque on something, you know you're going to crank it even harder. Okay? So that Tai Otoshi one more time. Again, he attacks, hops around, there you go. And that's beauty. I mean, it's simplicity in motion, and that's what wins fights. Okay? Now, everybody, let's look at this Tai Otoshi, double take Tai Otoshi again. Again, you're hitting 2 in a row. Okay? What we want to look at here is your second attack, you want to make it a little lower. Okay? Your first attack is, you mean to throw him the first attack, but he hops around it. By doing that, that enables you to step in deeper and get even lower, extending your leg. So do it slow here. Now watch. The first one, Derek comes in, he hops. Now, him hopping gave Derek an opportunity to even get his center balance lower and really deeper and throw Jake harder. So this time he's going to swing his back leg out and then shoot very low, and allowing for even a lower, stronger, harder Tai Otoshi. Okay? This is the kind of thing that knocks the guy out. So let's look at it again in regular speed. Watch how low he comes. The second one's a bit lower than normal, the first Tai Otoshi. Derek may have had every intention to throw him with the first Tai Otoshi, and the guy hopped. So this is a good thing to develop an automatic response for if you're a Tai Otoshi guy. I know both of you guys are. That you want, if he hops, do a second Tai Otoshi. Okay? So if you keep that in mind, you'll have a stronger Tai Otoshi. And a lot of times you'll find that you'll say, oh, when I threw that guy with Tai Otoshi, hey, it was like a second or third effort. I had to kick him in. It was a double take when you look at it. And they generally are. So that's what happens. And again, that's the most common form of defense. You see a lot of guys who do their good hip cuts and stuff. This is going to be hard to do against the guy who does a good hip cut and block, or hip block and cutaway. This works for guys who do the hop around and just try to avoid. Does that make sense to everybody?
Don't rush it too much. Probably the first thing that's going to really get you is that if you're trying to, really speed it up, you're either going to end up, hopping and being off balance and not being able to utilize your hands as much, or you're going to put that foot down and then immediately try and kick your foot out, and you'll miss the angle. You'll end up coming in like that. So if you find you're running into his ankle, you're coming back through there, okay, it's way out over there. It's because when you're doing the second pivot, you're not letting this land and settling on it, okay? It has to come out, boom, you're settled on it. Yeah, don't fall, but you get the idea.
Did you see how that happened back in? Sometimes, and I've seen this happen, I've seen guys do this, they'll throw what looks like what they call a near leg Tai Otoshi. He didn't catch both legs. The guy hopped around, and he ended up still just throwing it over here, but he was so low, and had just good hands on it, he still threw the guy, even though he didn't catch the foot in front of both legs. That can happen. It could be like a near side, near leg Tai Otoshi. Could be. He's still throwing for Ippon. It's Ippon. It doesn't matter. Still threw him. It's still a good Tai Otoshi. And one more time, watch the movement, guys. Watch the movement. Hop, lower Tai Otoshi. All right, let's do a few more reps of this, and we'll do the same thing with the Sei Nai. Okay, all right, let's go get it.